Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com. In this tutorial, we're going to look at auto-wiring by name. So I've made a little change since the last tutorial. I've got this logger class here, and if you recall, both of the beans that we want to auto-wire into it implement the log writer interface. So I've changed this logger class so that the two properties both accept a object of type log writer, so that they are both of these objects are of type log writer in the sense that they implement that particular interface. So the bottom line here is that we've got two properties that we want to auto wire with beans that both have the same type. And yes, we've got the beans that we want to wire in here defined in our XML, our beans.xml. But because they both implement that interface, there's no way Spring could match them by type to the properties, and hence if we run this program we just get an error, and it tells us that it doesn't know which bean to wire where, basically. Well, we can fix that in various ways. One way would be that just because we've said something's auto-wired, we don't have to auto-wire it. We could override it by explicitly wiring beans in. We could even mix auto-wiring with manual wiring if we want to. But the easiest way here, perhaps, is to auto-wire by name. So if I go to the user interface view here and go to Logger, we can see that one of the options for auto-wiring is by name here. Another way that I could change that if I want to, or if you're not using Eclipse, let's say, is just select by type for the auto-wire attribute, delete it, just do Control space, and then you can see these list of values that you can complete it with. So let's select by name. I'll do it in the XML just for a change. Now, at the moment, I don't think it's going to work. Let's run it and check. It's still not working. I'm getting a null pointer exception because it hasn't auto-wired anything. So there's no Spring traceback now because there is no ambiguity. It's just that it's not wiring anything in because it can't find anything that matches the properties. And what by name wants, what it looks for, is beans that have the same name or ID as the property. Actually, let's change this to ID. So here, yeah, they actually do have the same name as the property. The properties that I want to set are called console writer and file writer. But the capitalization is wrong. We need to have the same kind of capitalization as these actual properties. And when you write the set method, yes, you capitalize those first letters just because you want to distinguish the first word here from the from set, if you see what I mean. That's why this is capitalized, to distinguish it from the preceding set. But the kind of official sort of name of the property, the Spring name, is still console writer and file writer, beginning with a lowercase letter. So if we change console writer to have the right capitalization, lowercase c, uppercase W here, and file writer lowercase f. Yeah, in fact, I'm talking as though it's the first letter that's the problem, but actually it's this W. We've got to have capitalization matching. We've got to have the W uppercase and the first letter lowercase. So yeah, I think this is good now. So now we've got the property names right, and you notice property names, if you're writing Java in the kind of proper standard manner with camel casing stuff, then the property name is going to be the same name that you'd use for the variable, like this, camel cased, with starting with a lowercase letter because it's a variable. This is kind of standard Java practice, and uppercasing each subsequent word in the variable. So that's the official kind of name of the property. So I've set the ID now, and I've set logger to auto-wire by name, and now if I run it, hey presto, we get a null pointer exception. Let's just take a look at what we're doing wrong there. So it's not set file writer, but we see it has set console writer. Let me just check here. So we've got set file writer, that's the name of the set method. The property is file writer with a lowercase f. And we've got by name set on the logger bean. And yes, I put an extra W in there by mistake. My mistake. Let's try it again. And hey presto, now it finally works. So you can set ID and it will try to match ID, but you can also have the name, and AutoWire by name will also look at the name attribute. Like if I set that to name, or I could set them both to name, it will still work. It doesn't matter. As long as you've got the ID or the name set to the name of the property, then Spring can match it. So that's it for this tutorial, and I think we're gonna look. We'll take a look at auto-wiring by constructor probably in the next tutorial. So we've got a little bit more to do on auto-wiring via XML, and later on we're going to look at annotations. So until next time, happy coding.